Okay, this is a quote from Deepak. It's an interesting one. Evolution doesn't simply, this is from your book with Mlodinow. Evolution doesn't simply scramble old ingredients into new forms, nor does it just turn small clumps of matter into bigger clumps. Instead, evolution makes lumps of creativity. These happen in quantum form. That is, there is a sudden emergence of a property that never existed before. Quantum, there's a little gap there then, quantum leaps dominate in creation everywhere we look, but especially in the startling, beautiful novelty of life forms on Earth. The cosmos is ruled by creativity. Now, neither of us are physicists, so neither of us actually know much about quantum theory, but we are biologists, and you have used the jargon of quantum theory there to apply to evolution as though evolution it takes quantum leaps, or what do you mean by that?
The emergence of language, for example, from no language at all, is a quantum leap. Okay, the emergence of organisms, the transition of organisms where you do not actually see continuity, is a quantum leap. Quantum leaps are happening in consciousness and biology all the time. Right now I'm wearing biosensors, by the way, and these are measuring things like blood pressure, skin resistance, all kinds of things. This information can be transmitted to an iPhone and goes to a computer and scripts where we are doing digital monitoring of consciousness, how it affects biology. Wait a minute. So if I said, I know his blood pressure is rising right now just by me saying these things. So this is right there, proof of the mind-body connection. If somebody says, I love you, and it means something to you, your brain makes dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, opiates. If the same person says, another person says, I love you, or the same person, and you're thinking of divorcing them, then you don't make dopamine, you make adrenaline and cortisol, and it happens instantly. There's a quantum shift in your biology just in the way you processed meaning. And there's no physical mechanism that explains how we process meaning in our lives. Only consciousness can process meaning. So when you say quantum leaps in evolution, one of the big problems in evolution right now, you will admit, is the missing gaps in the fossil record. Now, when I say that, evolutionary biologists will either snigger or raise their blood pressure, which he's doing right now. So, because they are so sure that evolution has only those two mechanisms, natural selection and random evolution. The current issue of the New Scientist has a feature article called Do Organisms Guide Their Own Evolution? And it talks about how phenotypes might drive the genetic expression, how use-dependent activation of genes will reinforce even the propagation of those genes through natural selection. The reporter who wrote the article, he called Dr. Dawkins, by the way, who was extremely dismissive of him. Do you remember him?